What's going on, everybody? It's your boy ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com, and it's been a while since I have spoken to you all. The whole world has changed with this whole COVID thing. I hope this finds you safe and well. I'm doing well. I've been busy as usual, just being the studio hermit that I am. I pretty much stay on isolation, so not much has changed for me, apart from things not being at the grocery store when I do go out and but I'm doing well. I've just been busy working on music and producing my students and stuff like that, working on songs all the time, man, always making music. But I wanted to share something really cool with you all today, because while we all are isolated, we should not be working on our music strictly isolated. And I've spoken about this a good bit in the past, because when you work isolated, you tend not to grow as fast, and you need feedback. We all need feedback. And so, first of all, just working with other people is fun, because everyone brings creative ideas to the table, and people will think about things you may not have thought about. Everyone brings a different flavor, that type of stuff. But apart from that, also, you get feedback on, let's say you are doing something wrong or something could be better, but you don't realize that someone else who may be a little bit more experienced than you may be able to point that out and help you grow. Because I know that's one thing that held me back a lot when I first started rapping, was just working in isolation. I'll just be in my bedroom at my parents' house, just writing songs all the time and never getting any feedback. And it wasn't until I got around other rappers that I could work with that I really started to notice that I grew a lot more. And also, I had more pressure on myself. When I'm getting on a song with someone else, I have that extra amount of healthy pressure. I have to make sure that I don't bring this track down. I got to come with it, so it's like a healthy level of competition, if you will, a good amount of pressure. But anyways, I wanted to share a tool with you that I just learned about recently. And it's by a company called iZotope. And they created this really cool app that you can use on your smartphone or tablet. It's called Spire Studio. And if you don't know who iZotope is, they're a very reputable company who makes plugins that people use all the time for mixing and vocal effects and stuff that you've undoubtedly been used on a lot of your favorite records, even though you probably don't know about it unless you're into the mixing world and you're nerdy like I am when it comes to stuff like that. But I was really happy to hear that they've been putting a focus on this new thing they have called the Spire Studio, which allows for collaboration amongst rappers and singers and whoever. And I thought it was really neat, and I definitely wanted to share it with you guys and gals out there, especially during this time while we're all isolated in our studios and stuff like that. And I think it may be a really cool feature, a really cool tool that you may be able to use to not only work on your own songs, but actually be able to work with other people. So without further ado, I just want to jump into it and share it with you and just kind of show you what it's capable of. I'm a big fan of demonstrating things, so I'm just gonna basically rap a verse for you all using this today and show you what it can do. Okay, from my phone, I'm just gonna go over and open up the Spire app. Here it is, and the first thing I'm gonna do is just import an instrumental. All right, so I've already got me a really cool instrumental I want to use, and let me just go grab that real quick. There we go, my Spire demo instrumental, and this is just importing right now. And what it's going to do, what's really cool, is once you find the instrumental that you want to use and you hit import, then it's going to automatically create a new project for you and go ahead and import that in, so you can go ahead and start having some fun and start playing around. Okay, now that we're in, I can just hit play. See, I got all my little main what they call transport controls here at the bottom. On the far left, I can go all the way back. The center one is the record button, and the play button is, of course, on the right. And on the far right here, we have a crop button, which allows you to cut audio and delete things and stuff like that, which I'll show y'all that here in just a little bit. But so for an example, if I hit play, hear the audio playing, yeah, all right. And another cool feature, I'll go through more of the features as I continue to demonstrate this, but something they just added, and this is something that really impressed me about iZotope and the team that's working on Spire, is they're actively working on this app to make it better and better and better. and they have great customer service, so they're always listening for people's feedback to try to improve this and make it better. So even while I've been spending time living with the Spire Studio and getting used to it, they already added an update, which I absolutely love, and it's called Notes. And what Notes is it allows you to import your own lyrics, right? Because I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I prefer memorizing my lyrics before I, record something, but in this day and age, man, like sometimes if we have such short turnaround, you may have just wrote the verse and you're trying to record it right then and there on the spot. And so you may not have it memorized. And so this allows you to go ahead and import your lyrics. And so for an example, I've already, written this verse. So I can just go over here because I love writing in Evernote. Love Evernote. I can just go here, hold down, try it again. There we go. Select all, and I'm going to copy that, and I'm just going to come back to Spire, and I'm just going to paste that right here into my notes. And now I have my lyrics right here in Spire. And what I love about this is it just makes it so easy to just jump in between recording and your lyrics. I really, really like that. So without further ado, let me just demonstrate to you how easy this thing is to use. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to rap this verse I wrote just for this occasion, and let's see how it turns out. Okay, and to get started, I'm just going to hit this record button right here, and we're going to see the audio moving. It's red right now. That's signifying that it is recording. We are live. Let me just switch over to these notes real quick. They be like, Cole, when you gon' drop another vid? We ain't heard nothing from you since the COVID. Don't you say on every video at the end that you dropping something new every week? You sure did. Ooh, you got me, you clearly been listening. Have I been slipping or lacking discipline? Sipping Corona, oh my, till no end. Or maybe I just been practicing social distancing. It ain't my fault they didn't specify. I've been off IG, FBYT, no effing lie. And I got McAfee, AVG, and that Casper Sky. Or is it Kaspersky? Either ways, I got that anti-vi. Just trying to cross my I's and dot my T's. While all of us MCs are quarantined, we can at least load us up a beat and spit fire overheat. Because whenever there's a release, there's relief. I like that. I like that. Now, I intentionally left some gaps in there for me to add like some background vocals. All right. And do some like spot stacks and ad libs and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and add me another track. And on this one, I'm going to show you off another feature to this. Now, real quick, you'll notice that I have this device right next to my phone. And this is the Spire Studio. Okay, so I actually have, my professional mic that I use all the time is actually plugged into the Spire Studio right now. And so with that, because of that, I can unlock some extra features that you normally can't unlock from the Spire Studio, and that's using effects, okay? And so I'm just gonna pick me out a cool effect real quick on my vocal. I'm just gonna scroll up here like that, and this is where I can control the input of my microphone. I can monitoring on and off is, if you wanna not hear yourself in the headphones, then you can just click that and it'll cut the monitoring off, which I'm not gonna do that because I like to hear myself. And recording effects right here. So if I click recording effects, now it's going to cycle through different effects. Like here's an example. If I go to spaces, hello. Now I have this reverb on my voice. Check. Blip, blip. All right, that's kind of cool. I'm just going to cycle through here. Check. Yo. Okay. Blip, blip, blip. It's a little bit too long for what I'm going for. Blip. Let me go here. There's one cool one here in pedals. Check. These are more for guitars and stuff. Check, but it can still be cool to use one on your vocal. I like this effect, but not for what I'm trying to do. Hey, ooh, check. It's got a cool like flanger, phaser type of effect. Check. Okay, I like that one. Yeah. Revolver, I might use that one. Check. Yeah, I'm gonna use revolver. I'm gonna hit the little check mark right here. All right, I'm gonna do like, I don't know, I'm probably gonna do some ad libs. I might do some ad libs. Let's try this out. Right here, and we're gonna see the audio moving. It's red right now. That's signifying that it is recording. We are live. Let me just switch over to these notes real quick. They be like, Cole, when you gon' drop another vid? We ain't heard nothing from you since the COVID. Don't you say on every video at the end that you dropping something new every week? You sure did. Ooh, you got me. You clearly been listening. Have I been slipping and lacking discipline? Sipping Corona, oh my, till no end. Or maybe I just been practicing social distancing. It ain't my fault they didn't specify. I've been off IG at BYT, no effing lie. And I got McAfee, ABG, and that Casper Sky. Or was it Kaspersky? Either ways, I got that anti-vi. Just trying to cross my I's and dot my T's. While all of us MCs are quarantined, we can at least load us up a beat and spit fire overheat. Because whenever there's a release, there's belief. All right. And now I'm going to remove my effect by just going to here and hitting none, hit the check mark. Now I want to do me some spot stacks. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go back to effects. I want to add like maybe a slight distortion to my vocal just to help it, give it some more harmonics, just to help it kind of cut through a little bit on top of my other vocal, just subtly, nothing crazy. Let me go here, check. Monster heat. So that gives a little bit of distortion right there, just slight. I might actually use that. Check. Yeah, I'll just use this right here. All right. Now I'm just gonna do some spot stacks right here, and we're gonna see the audio moving. It's red right now. That's signifying that it is recording. We are live. Let me just switch over to these notes real quick. They be like, Cole, when you gon' drop another vid? We ain't heard nothing from you since the COVID. Don't you say on every video at the end that you dropping something new every week? You sure did. Ooh, you got me. You clearly been listening. Have I been slipping and lacking discipline? Sipping Corona, oh my, till no end. Or maybe I just been practicing social distancing. It ain't my fault they didn't specify. I've been off IG at BYT, no effing lie. And I got McAfee, ABG, and that Casper Sky. Or was it Kaspersky? Either ways, I got that anti-vi. Just trying to cross my I's and dot my T's. While all of us MCs are quarantined, we can at least load us up a beat and spit fire overheat. Because whenever there's a release, there's belief. Yeah. Okay, so just did some spot stacks. Real quick, let me just show you how to remove vocals, because I have some speaking at the very beginning I don't want to keep. So I'm gonna show you how I can remove that very easily. I'm just going to go down here to the bottom right hand corner of the screen, hit this crop icon button, and this is what allows you to remove audio. And so since it's at the very beginning, it has 2 pointers on the left and on the right, and basically whatever you highlight is what you're going to delete. So since it begins at the very beginning, I don't have to touch anything on the left hand side. I'm just going to drag here from the right, if I can get it. There we go. And then I'm going to go here, about right there. I'm holding it down. Quick. Okay, so you see how I held down, but when I held down, it let me hear closer to where I was at to make me allow me to make a finer, precise cut. And now I'm just gonna hit the little trash can icon. And then, oh, careful, I almost messed up. You see all these little checks right here? This is allowing you to cut all the audio in that spot that you selected. I don't want to cut all the audio. I just want to cut that one wave file, that one audio file. This one here. All right, just needed to delete that. So I'm just gonna hit the little trash can icon, and that should be removed. Now I shouldn't hear it when I play it back. They be like, Cole, when you gonna drop another vid? Perfect. And there's actually one more part I think about right here. I did. Or maybe I just been practicing social distancing. That one right there. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Still getting the hang of the crop. You gotta hit it at a certain point to get it to work on the right hand side. I'm still learning that. Here we go. Takes a couple. They didn't. Okay. All right. Again, I'm just gonna make sure that the only thing I have selected. There we go. Okay. Now get rid of that. Okay, it's going down. I still have the audio, so I did it right.
Sipping Corona, oh my, till no end. Or maybe I just been practicing social distancing. It ain't my fault they didn't specify.
All right, so now the last thing I just wanted to quickly do is do a quick mix on it. All right, now this is really cool. They have something called the visual mixer. And so if I just hit mix, I can play it back still from down here. And then basically here, everything is like, it's by default in the center. But from here, you can select different things on the left-hand side. And you could, if you scroll up, it raises the volume, down lowers the volume. And if you move left or right, it pans it to the left or the right speaker. So let me just show you that real quick. So number one, and also you can change these icons. You know, there's a lot of features, a lot of little features and stuff here where you can change icons and colors and stuff like that, which I'm not going to fool with any of that right now. But let's just check this out.
They be like, Cole, when you gon' drop another vid? We ain't heard nothing from you since the COVID. Don't you say on every video at the end that you dropping something new every week? You sure did. Ooh, you got me, you clearly been listening. Have I been slipping or lacking discipline? Sipping Corona, oh my, till no end. Or maybe I just been practicing social distancing. It ain't my fault they didn't specify. I've been off IG at BYT, no effing lie. And I got McAfee, AVG, and that Casper Sky. Or is it Kaspersky? Either ways, I got that anti-vi. Just trying to cross my I's to dot my T's. While all of us MCs are quarantined, we can at least load us up a beat and spit fire overheat. Because whenever there's a release, there's belief. Yeah.
So that gives you a good overview as far as how this works. One more thing that I would add is it also has a metronome up here. So if you don't even have a beat, you can just pick a metronome, you know, and you can adjust the tempo and stuff to the metronome and stuff like that. That's very helpful too, just to have that built into the app. Because like if you don't have an instrumental, you can still write to a certain tempo just so you're still able to keep track of beats and how your lyrics are fitting around beats and stuff like that. So that's really helpful. Or if you don't know the tempo of an instrumental, you can tap the tempo, which basically just means you just tap to the beat of the instrumental and it'll tell you the tempo based off of that. And once you get done with your track, another really cool thing, which I really love about the Spire, this is probably the most important thing as far as collaboration goes, is once everything's said and done, you can sit here and click this little share icon. And then now it gives you the option, let me just move this out of the way. It gives you the option you can enhance your audio, which it adds some filtering and some compression and some maximization, some normalizing and stuff like that. But you can share the whole entire project with a friend of yours or whatever. As long as they have the Spire app, then they're good to go. They can just jump right into your project. And if they need to record vocals or, you know, you can, you know, record guitar and whatever, you know, whatever you're doing. You can share it that way. You can share it via email. You can just export it like a high quality WAV file for yourself. You can share it via social media and like upload it to SoundCloud and stuff like that. Or you can even export all the individual tracks separately. So let's say that's for if you're wanting to send it off to a mixing engineer to mix your vocals. You would send out you would click individual tracks and it'll export every single track individually so that engineer could control everything and apply effects and stuff on an individual track basis. So that gives you a really good overview of what the Spire Studio from iZotope is all about. As you noticed, I have the audio interface, the Spire Studio audio interface. That's the only downside to this is for Android users right now. You have to have the Spire audio interface in order to be able to work with the app. And it works wirelessly. It's really cool, actually. It connects wirelessly to your phone, and you can plug in, you know, up to 2 inputs like microphones, or it could be guitar or whatever, piano or bass or whatever. But it's really a powerful tool. That's the only downside though, is with iPhone users, you can just use the app by itself. I don't think you can use all the effects and stuff like that you heard me playing around with. But you can use the app itself just by itself as an iPhone user. For Android users, you have to have the Spire Studio to work with it. That's something that they're working on. It's a little bit tricky for developers because iPhones have their own set models with their set specs, and it's a little bit easier to develop software and stuff like that. But as far as Android users, there's a million different Android phones, and so it's a little bit trickier to create something that's compatible with all that. So let me talk about who is this Spire Studio for and who is it not for. So obviously it's for all Mac users, you know, iPhone, tablets, all that good stuff. It's for y'all for sure. It's a free app, you know, and you don't have to have anything extra to use it. You can use it just as is. Now, I personally prefer to use it with the audio interface because I like professional vocals. And I'm a bit of an audiophile snob when it comes to audio quality, but it doesn't have to be top-notch quality if you're just working on the rough draft of a song and trying to get your ideas down. This app is perfect for that alone by itself. So it's certainly for iPhone users out there. As far as Android users go, it's not going to be for everybody because you have to have the audio interface to go along with it in order for it to work. So who it's for Android users, if you're someone who does not have a computer or an audio interface or any setup like this could potentially be a perfect fit for you because this allows you to bypass having to use a computer to work on songs. So it could be, you know, it cuts out a big expense of having to buy a computer plus then having to buy your audio interface and your microphone and stuff like that. You can bypass the computer and just get the audio interface itself. It's a very well built audio interface. I love it. Like I it's dope. So if you're someone who doesn't have a computer, this is the perfect, I feel like, solution for you to be able to just use your phone and this audio interface which connects to it wirelessly. And you can go ahead and start laying down professional vocals, and you can even send that stuff off to be mixed. Another person this is for people like me who are audiophiles, who have the studio set up and already have an audio interface and stuff like that. But let's say I want to travel and I want to take a very light recording setup with me. Like if I'm going to like a family event or a vacation or whatever, if I just want to be able to, you know, have something I can work on and get my ideas out, you know, when I'm traveling abroad, then this is perfect for someone like myself who doesn't want to carry a whole bunch of equipment with me if I'm just going somewhere away from home, but I want to be able to work on music if the inspiration strikes me. And again, I want to send a big thank you out to iZotope and the Spire team over there for creating such an awesome device. And I'm grateful that they sent it to me to check out and share my honest, unbiased thoughts about this setup and this process and this product, and I really love it. I really have had a blast playing around with it, and I'm glad to see such a reputable company putting a focus on collaboration. It's really sad. It's a travesty that in 2020 collaborating with each other on projects and stuff isn't more common. There's not a whole lot of people out there, a lot of companies out there putting focus on creating tools and stuff for us rappers and musicians, singers, whoever, to collaborate with each other. So I'm really glad to see them putting forth such an effort as they are with Aspire. And I'm also really glad to see how much emphasis they're putting on customer support and also receiving feedback on how they can continue to make this more and more awesome moving forward in the future. If you have any questions about the Spire, I'm going to leave a link in the video description where you can go to their frequently asked questions page, which they do a really great job answering all the questions that you probably have better than I could. So make sure you check that out and let me know what you think. Do you think this could be possibly a good fit for you? Sound off in the comment sections below. If you're new to my channel, my name is ColeMize, and it's my main goal to help up-and-coming rappers be a better rapper right now. And I have a free gift I would love to hook you up with. It's something I wish I would have had when I first started off. And it's an ebook called The #1 Fundamental to Rapping. And this is a book that I wrote several years ago to help up-and-coming rappers get a really quick and easy grasp on how rapping works and help them get a jump start, if you will. And it's something easy to read. You can consume it all within 20-30 minutes. And it's just a great, easy read to help you get going. And it may just change the way that you think and view rapping, and it's going to tell you what I believe to be the #1 fundamental to rapping. Again, I hope this all finds you well. Please stay safe and work on some music, bang out some tracks, work with your friends, collaborate. Don't, just because you're in isolation doesn't mean you need to be working in isolation. Okay, this is ColeMize with ColeMizeStudios.com, and always remember, when it comes to rapping, there's no rules, There's only techniques. Peace. Hey man, you see that subscribe button right there? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Oh, and don't forget the bell icon. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Hey, I know you see that like button, right? Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. And look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, today I'm gonna kill it.